talking about them, let's talk about two fan bases that should be really, really happy, and that is there's only 2 undefeated teams left. Now, yeah, it doesn't really take long for people to drop a game here and there, but
only 2 undefeated teams left in what?
In basketball.
You didn't say what we were...
Well, we were talking about basketball. I just assumed we were going to continue talking about basketball.
You were changing topics. How am I supposed to know?
Okay, all right.
I'm confused, Brian. I'm confused.
So here's 2 fan bases that should be really happy in the NBA because they're the only 2 undefeated franchises left out there, and that is the Houston Rockets and the Memphis Grizzlies. Both of these teams, one is 5-0, Houston Rockets, one is 4-0, the Memphis Grizzlies. Both these teams have looked really good. Now they haven't quite played the caliber of competition that you'll find. The Spurs are 2-1 or something like that. Spurs don't play basketball until April, so a lot of these teams just don't care until later on in the season, so we'll see where it goes.
And neither do I.
But the Houston Rockets have looked really good. Their addition of Trevor Ariza seems to really be working out. Dwight Howard seems to be reinvigorated, and James Harden is just scoring like crazy. Whereas in Memphis, you have more of a kind of a balanced effort there. So that kind of made me beg the question, who are going to be the best teams in the East and West? Now, I'm going to say the San Antonio Spurs are going to be one of the top 2, and then the Houston Rockets are going to be one of the top 2. So those are my guesses. Memphis will make the playoffs, but I have a feeling they're going to fall back to a 4, 5, 6 range of a playoff seed rather than top, because you still have, again, 1 and 2 will be Houston and San Antonio, and then the Clippers are really good out there. Doc Rivers is going to get that team playing well. Golden State's really good this year.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see a bunch of mixtures there. But then in the East, it's a lot more wide open. It's like, okay, so they're the East, but I'm going to say this anyway. It's like the Wild Wild West. Go ahead. Yeah, okay. But I had to put it out there. It is, because it's wide open. Again, I think the Cavaliers will be just fine, but who knows how good they'll really be, what their seeding will be. The Bulls have a great team, with or without Derrick Rose, but they're not half as they're about half as good without Derrick Rose as they are with Derrick Rose, and who knows, he's still getting injured. His ankle's been bothering him this year. But the Wizards look very consistent and very on point. Even without Bradley Beal, they played very, very well. Looks like the addition of Paul Pierce was an excellent addition of Paul Pierce. And plus, he'll be gone in 2 years. And guess who'll be in D.C. in 2 years? Guess. Just guess. That means Kevin Durant. We're going to have to change the sound effect in 2 years when he's no longer playing for the Thunder.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find a very good Wizard sound effect. I'll look, though. I guess I got 2 years.
Alakazam! But yeah, so my guess for the top 2 teams in the East is going to be the Wizards as one of them, and I want to say the Bulls as the other, because I do think Derrick Rose will play at a good clip for most of the year, even with some injuries here and there. They've proven that they can play without him, but they play way better with him. But let me give you a little contingency, and this is going to kind of come out of left field. I think the Raptors will be top 3, top 4 team, possibly jumping up to number 2 or 1 for that matter. I doubt number 1, but could, because they had a great team last year. They were number 3 in the playoffs, going into playoff seeding, and they didn't lose anybody. They just kept their whole team, and that's a good thing for them because they were getting better last year, and so this gives them a little bit more time to gel as a team.
And I could see that happening with some of the other big teams from last year getting so mixed around. Like, obviously, the Heat entirely, for the most part, entirely broke up with LeBron James leaving and everything and all that dynamic going. And it's not like the Cavaliers are yet looking like they're going to really take that spot over with their setup.
They're still gelling. They still have the growing pains to go through. So whereas I think they will be really good towards the end of the year, the beginning of the year will be a little bit rocky for them. So those are
that opens things up for the Raptors to stay up on top, to stay up higher anyway. So.
But I don't know. Let us know what you think. Who are going to be the top 2 seeds in each conference? Hit us up. Comments down below. Of course, at Where's My Face on Twitter. Where's My Face at gmail.com. Google Plus and Facebook. Always good ways of getting a hold of us. But let's move it on.